All right, so in this video, we'll be going over the full e-commerce email marketing flows guide. I'll break down all of the flows that play a big part in the $12 million we've generated for e-commerce brands with email marketing. I'll be showing you 14 different flows, what triggers to use, what filters to set up, content topics for each email, and real examples for every flow as well. Basically everything you need to create these high converting flows yourself and generate $1 million with your email flows alone, exactly like we've done for one of our clients right here, as you see in the screenshot, in just a little over half a year. So let's dive right into it. So what you need to know before we get started is that obviously your email flows are your automatic emails that get sent to people based on a certain action or event. Simply put, flows generate revenue for your brand on autopilot at all time for the lifetime of your business, as long as you're driving traffic, of course. The better they are, the more you make. So obviously put a lot of effort into these once you set them up. The key thing to understand with flows is that since they're triggered by actions, you can and you should make the messaging in each of these emails really resonate with exactly where the customer is at in your customer journey. So basically a simple explanation of that is obviously emails that resonate, your customers will react like this compared to generic emails. No one really cares about generic emails. Here's a quick example. So a person just signed up for emails with this kind of intent. You want to introduce them to your brand, tell them a bit about your products, your mission, stuff like that. Person just abandoned their cart, then you want to remind them about their cart, talk maybe about your guarantees or your shipping times, basically just handle objections. Person just purchased your product, then you want to thank them and build excitement, talk about how to use the product, all of that stuff. Obviously, kind of what you see here is the messaging is like very much relevant to exactly where the person is at, what action they've just taken. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So when you execute this well, your email flows can make up anywhere from 30 to 75% of your brand's total email revenue. Exactly as you see for this other client right here, where we're generating 54% of their total email revenue from flows alone. So here's a quick overview of the 14 email flows your e-commerce brand needs. So we have the welcome series, site abandonment, browse abandonment, abandoned cart, abandoned checkout. We have the post-purchase thank you, new customer, repeat customer post-purchase flow. We have the replenishment reminder, the VIP customer flow, review request, customer winback, sunset, unengaged, and back in stock as well. So kind of the only one here, the replenishment reminder, is one that your brand might not need. Obviously, if you're selling furniture, people probably don't need to restock their couch or their sofa, probably at least not within, I guess, a couple of years. So obviously that might be a flow that your brand might not need, but obviously, you can do your own thinking there. So diving into the very first flow here. So the welcome series, likely the one that will generate the most for your brand, or at least being one of the top 3 performers. So this gets triggered when someone is added to the email list, to your main email list, or whatever you have attached to like your sign up forms. The purpose of this flow is very much as the word welcome in kind of intents or says, is that you want to introduce the brand new email subscriber to your brand, your products, what you're about. And basically the ultimate goal is obviously just to nurture them toward that first purchase. Amount of emails in this flow obviously depends on metrics, all of that stuff. We usually have around 6 to 10 emails, pretty much 80 emails across most brands. Profile filters here. So I think this recently got changed to be called profile filters instead of flow filters. So if that confuses you, that's why. So you just want to make sure you have these flow filters or profile filters enabled in this flow. So if someone adds a cart, if someone starts checkout, or if someone places an order, they get eliminated from this flow, like taken out of the flow, and they don't receive any more emails. So diving into these 8 emails in this flow right here. So we have the welcome, the very first email that delivers the opt-in offer and just welcomes them. You want to send this immediately upon them joining the flow. So obviously you just want to briefly welcome them, introduce them to your brand, and like very quickly just deliver the opt-in offer that they signed up for. You want to have just make sure you have you show the offer very early on in the email, like pretty much just above the fold in the first header image. Then you just want to wait 1 day until the next email. You want to do kind of a brand indoctrination email here. So whether that's kind of like a founder story or just basically explain why your brand exists. The key thing here though is to not make this a super long and boring story. It's very easy whenever you're kind of talking about your brand or your story to make it a very boring and irrelevant story. Just make it relevant to the customer, like kind of merge the benefits that your products kind of offers that your products offer the customer with your story, so it has some relevance to the customer and like why they need to read it in the first place, because no one really cares about a story that doesn't have anything to do with them. So with this email, you want to wait another day before email 3. Here, we want to keep it super simple, just social proof email, keep it focused on good customer reviews. You can also do press features if you've been in magazines, anything like that, or any other endorsements. Again, just make sure these reviews are talking about actual benefits that your customers care about. You don't want to say stuff like, oh, the customer service is great with this brand. No one cares. That's kind of like a bare minimum. So yeah, keep it focused on the benefit kind of, yeah, the benefits that your brand offers or your products offer. So wait one day again. Here we have one of the emails I like the most. So a problem meets solution email. Basically, you just want to make it very clear for the email subscriber exactly what your product is the solution for, and obviously make sure it actually solves a problem that they have. It doesn't have to be some very acute problem like gut health or anything like that. It can be anything like, we have a client that sells customizable home decor. There's a very small problem. It's not something they go around thinking about like every day, oh, I really need some customizable home decor, but it does still solve a problem that some people have, just a very minor problem. So you want to make sure you kind of mention that in this email. Just educate them on why your product is the actual solution to what they want. Then you want to wait two days until you send the next email. Then you just like in email 5, you just want to do kind of like a last chance, your discount is expiring now kind of email. What we like to do here as well is just include some bestsellers. Obviously, we're saying, hey, your code is expiring soon. Why not use your code or your discount on some of our bestsellers? Basically something like that, super simple. Then you want to wait 2 days until the next email again. Here, we really like doing like a product quiz. So find your perfect product. What you can do here is if your brand has a quiz on your website, you can send them to that quiz. If you don't, you can kind of do an in-email quiz. The way to explain this, I'll show some examples later on, is it can be something like a mind map. So let's say you have some arrows that point in different directions, and based on whatever personality trait or any other relevant stuff that the customer kind of chooses, then they'll get sent or they'll follow that arrow down to a product relevant to that kind of character trait and stuff like that. So just make it a super fun email. Make sure it's actually helpful for the customer, that actually makes sense. I probably explained that a bit bad, but you'll see later on. Then you want to wait 3 days until the next email again. Here you basically just want to give like a new and stronger offer. So obviously you want to make sure like these people just signed up to your brand, obviously within the last week, or 2 weeks or so, depending on the time frames you actually use. You want to make like the intent here is higher than it ever will be for like someone that just signed up, unless obviously they're further down the purchasing funnel, the buying or the customer journey. So you want to make sure you actually take advantage of that intent, that early intent that is there, and you don't just want to like not send them any more emails just because they didn't buy from like your email 2 or 3. So you want to kind of just offer them a new and stronger offer here to really push that purchase and see if you can kind of convert them into a first time purchaser sooner rather than later. Sorry. Obviously for cash flow reasons, all of that stuff. Yeah, basically just make sure you kind of give it a last go here before obviously they complete your welcome series. Just wait another day and then you can kind of do a last chance email again there for this new and stronger offer like the day after. Let's go into some email examples here. So here we have one from Big Blanket. So this is just kind of a welcome email, super simple. Again, give the code like super early on. Here's one from Twillery where it's kind of like a story email, branding indoctrination. So again, make it relevant to the customer, like why you exist and why they should care. Here's more of a social proof email, some good reviews. Here's kind of an educational email, like problem meets solution. 90% of us aren't eating enough fruit plus vegetables, and obviously this product is the solution to that. Here's kind of just a last chance email. Here's more of a quiz email. This CTA, if you can't see, is saying take the quiz. So they send people to kind of a quiz that obviously spits out a personalized result. Here we have a upgraded offer, like new and stronger offer. So they didn't purchase within with the first sign up offer that they received. So here they give like a bigger discount on just a select product here, which is their starter kit, obviously super relevant. So yeah, this definitely converts some people that otherwise wouldn't have converted. Here's again just a last chance email. So that's basically the welcome series there. Diving into the next flow, so we have the site abandonment. So this is triggered when someone is active on your brand's website. So the purpose here is just to move the email subscriber further down the funnel. Obviously, they've looked around your website. They haven't browsed a specific product yet. which is what we want them to basically do with this flow. So amount of emails, we usually just have 1 to 2 emails here. You don't want to overdo it. Profile filters, you want to make sure they haven't viewed a product, because then you want to push them to the browse abandonment flow, which I'll go into next. You want to make sure they haven't added to cart, haven't started checkout, haven't placed an order, and you also want to make sure they haven't been in this flow in the last 30 days, because obviously don't want to spam people with the same emails. Going into the flow content structure here, so email 1, you just want to showcase some products for them to actually browse. So you can go the kind of generic boring route here, or you can go the more fun route. It might be dependent on your brand, like which one fits the best. So one thing you can do is just say, oh, if you can't decide, or if you haven't found anything you like yet, here are some of our best sellers you can browse. The other option is to, again, do kind of an in-email quiz. So I'll show you in an example here in a second. So yeah, you can do that as well. Then you want to wait 1 day. If you add the second email here, you just want to do some customer reviews. You can attach these to some best-selling products if you want, or you can just do more like general reviews for your brand. That basically helps the email subscriber see the value of what you're selling. So diving into these examples here. So here's exactly what I mentioned with with kind of an in-email quiz. So if you can't see this says, how's your sleep? Great. Then you go down this path. Not so good. Then you go down this path. And then obviously there's more questions leading to other products here. This is kind of what I mean when I say an in-email quiz. Very fun, can be super engaging. Obviously just want to make sure it actually makes sense. Here's more of a customer reviews email that you can have as an email too. Here's just more of a simple one. We saw you checking us out. Here are some products we think you'll love. Thanks for stopping by. Healthy looks good on you. And checking us out again, kind of email. So good examples there. Diving into the browse abandonment flow. So this gets triggered when an email subscriber is viewing a product page. The purpose here is just to basically get the email subscriber to go back and view the exact product again that they previously browsed, obviously with the goal for them to continue their shopping and add the product to their cart. So amount of emails, we typically do around 3. You can add more if you have like really good engagement metrics, good open rates, click rates, placed order rates, all of that stuff. Profile filters here. If they add to checkout, if they place an order, you want to make sure they like leave this flow, because obviously then they're further down the funnel. Then we want to move them into other flows, just like with the previous flows we had. And you want to make sure they haven't been in this flow for something like the last 21 days, obviously dependent on your brand, again, how aggressive you want to be. Going into the flow content structure here. So we want to do a simple reminder 45 minutes after trigger. So this email basically just, it's a very simple reminder, exactly as the name says. You just want to briefly nudge the email subscriber to come back, take a second look at the product they just browsed. Then you want to wait 1 day until the next email. Here you can give them an incentive, maybe dive into the specific USPs or selling points from that product that they browsed. And yeah, just give them a discount. Obviously, the purchasing intent isn't super high here, so that's why you can give a discount and try to really push the purchase with that. Because obviously if they've added to cart, they won't be in this flow, so you don't have to worry about giving away too much margin there. But yeah, you can put an extra focus on the product benefits. Wait 1 day here, and then you just want to do kind of a last chance incentive expiring email, play on the urgency. So let's go into some email examples. Here's one step away from Aloha from the brand called Olukai. Obviously just showing the product here. Obviously this is a dynamic block. More to love, you can do that as well. We tend to like just keeping the first email focused on just the product they browsed. But yeah, obviously you can test showing more products or cross-selling other products. Hey, where'd you go? Again, kind of the same messaging, just worded in a different way. Get distracted. Here's the product you looked at. Looking at something tasty. Here's a discount. This is kind of a more email 2. And here's kind of a wow, great catch for a fishing brand. Looking at again, the product here in a dynamic block. So those were these examples. Going into the abandoned cart and abandoned checkout flow. So the reason why these are merged is because you can have the exact same content here. That's exactly what we tend to do for the brands we work with. There's no reason to split it up. It's the exact same messaging. It's just 2 different, I guess, pieces of the actual journey. So yeah, like I mentioned, duplicates of each other. It's just different triggers. So that's why they'll have the same content. And yeah, you just want to make sure you apply the correct profile filters as I've shown below to basically make sure obviously people can't be in the same flow at once. So the abandoned cart trigger, obviously when an email subscriber adds to cart, because you need their email for this to work. Abandoned checkout trigger, you want to basically when an email or when someone has to or starts checkout, sorry, because they'll be giving you the email like in checkout basically, so you'll have their email there. The purpose of these flows are basically obviously very straightforward. Just get them to finish the order that they started. Obviously, want to take the products in cart to a purchase. So you do that basically by handling customer objections. First of all, by reminding them, then handling customer objections that you obviously know kind of are there often. Amount of emails, we typically do around 4 here. Again, depending on metrics, you can add more, you can subtract stuff, obviously all of that. So abandoned cart profile filters. Checkout started 0 times, placed order 0 times since starting this flow, and has not been in the flow in the last 14 days. For the abandoned checkout one, you just want to say placed order 0 times and has not been in the flow for 14 days. So the flow content structure for both of these flows. First of all, just a simple reminder. Obviously, again, dynamic block here. You want to make sure it shows the products that they have in cart. Kind of like the browser abandonment. Obviously, the browser abandonment one only shows one product. In the cart, it can show all of the products, but obviously the messaging here is a bit different as they're in cart now. So you want to make sure you address that. Email 2, you can do some objection handling. So like obviously your brand is unique. Your customers have some objections that probably you know the best about. Whether that's shipping time, product quality, anything like that, you can make sure you address that here. If you don't really know like what your biggest objections are, obviously make sure you find out at some point. Otherwise, you can go into like product benefits. In email 3, 1 day after, you can give them an incentive. You want to make sure, obviously, before their cart expires. I think it does that after 7 days, in like at least for Shopify, like before the products in their cart actually just disappear, and they'll have to recreate their cart. You want to make sure you give them a chance to obviously just incentivize them to really complete the checkout with a limited time offer to influence their buying decision. Then you want to wait 1 day, play on the urgency here, remind them about the incentive again. So in this email, in the last one with the incentive reminder, we like to, like what works well is also showing like more products they might like. Obviously, you can either make this dynamic or kind of just pick some of your best sellers that you know really works. So going into email examples here, one from Magic Mind, you're so close, you're just a few taps away from flow state. This is kind of the messaging we like to go for. This is not one of our clients, by the way, just want to make that clear, but this is a bit more fun and just engaging and relevant than saying, hey, you left something in your cart. So saying something like you're just a few tips away from flow state, which obviously is a benefit from this exact product. It's a bit more relevant and a better selling point than, hey, you left something in your cart. But every card needs a push. Here's a discount from this email. Here's kind of an incentive urgency email with a countdown timer. Here's a let's sweeten the deal with free shipping. Again, an incentive, get free shipping incentive. And here's more of a objection handling email. So with a 100% money back guarantee. Don't overthink it. So super good emails as examples here. So diving into the post-purchase thank you email here. So this is only one email, and there's a reason why we do that, which I'll explain. So the trigger here is just when someone places their first order. So you just want to simply thank them for their purchase and obviously, kind of get them excited about their order. So it's just one email. Profile filters for this flow is if they cancel their order, if they refund their order, you want to make sure they obviously leave this flow, and they haven't been in this flow at any time, because you want to make sure obviously this is an email that doesn't really make sense to send multiple times to the same person. So the email is basically just a thank you email. What you can do here and what works well is just make this more of a personal plain text email that comes from the founder. It does also work well to have it being more of a branded designed email that just says thank you. So diving into some examples here is we're honored that when it comes to style, you think of us, which obviously is relevant for Abercrombie and Fitch in terms of the messaging. Thank you for your first order, and they talk about like the guarantee that they have, and I think they talk about some donations as well maybe. And here's more of a plain, not so much plain text, kind of more of a hybrid between a plain text founder email and the signed email. Oh, we'll open this again. Let's see what's happening here. There we go. Here's more of a plain text email. Obviously, just thanking them for the purchase, kind of restating the benefits, get them excited, and letting them know if you have any questions, you can let us know. And here's we believe in better. Congratulations on your recent clean beauty purchase from Alaya, or however you pronounce that. And then there's more educational stuff about the product. So the reason why why we go into or why we split these two flows up. So this is the post-purchase new customer flow. So again, kind of at the same stage of the customer journey as the flow we just viewed. But the reason why is that you want to make sure these emails get sent based on this trigger, which is when someone's first order has been fulfilled, whereas the thank you flow was based on or triggered upon when someone placed their first order. So obviously the fulfilled trigger is measured or tracked or whatever inside Shopify, if that's what you use. So when you actually like physically fulfill the order and click fulfilled inside Shopify or whatever system you use, then this is when the flow will get triggered. So it's just to ensure the messaging happens at a more relevant time. So the purpose here of this flow is that we want to reduce the customer's potential buyer's remorse, because it's very natural for online shoppers to have that buyer's remorse. They just spent money with your brand and they can't see the product physically in their hand. So it's very natural to have some sort of buyer's remorse once they've just spent money online. And yeah, you just want to use this flow to ensure that they know how to best use the product they just purchased, which means there's a better chance that they go in and leave a better review for your brand, as well as coming back to shop with your brand again. Because obviously, if they don't know how to use the product, there's a very small chance they'll come back to actually shop with your brand again. So amount of emails, we typically have around like four to six emails here, 5 emails in this case. So profile filters, again, canceled order 0 times, refunded order 0 times, and hasn't been in this flow at any time. So flow content structure here, the first email will basically be building excitement. So send 30 minutes after someone's order has been fulfilled. So basically this first email just reinforces the customer in the purchasing decision they've made and reduces buyer remorse. So here you can either show like customer results, like if let's say it's skincare, you can show like before and afters, you can show relevant reviews and any benefits like they might be experiencing soon. Obviously very relevant in this case, as they probably definitely don't have the product in hand yet. So just get them excited and reduce that buyer's remorse. One day after this first email, you want to send kind of a more educational, how to use tips and tricks email. Obviously, not every product needs a product tutorial, so you can just give like tips and tricks. We have a brand that sells fragrances, so we kind of give customers here tips and tricks on how to best get the most use out of your new fragrances. So yeah, basically just help the customer understand exactly how to use the product they've purchased and maximize their results with it. Your brand probably has some blog content here that you can repurpose in this email. So yeah, stuff like that does great. Then you want to wait 6 days until the next email, where you basically just want to cross promote your SMS list, kind of a follow our socials email as well. So you can pick either, or you can create a conditional split. Like if someone's already an SMS subscriber, you can tell them to follow your socials, like your Instagram. If they aren't already an SMS subscriber, you can kind of promote your SMS list and say, hey, if you want to sign up, if you want to get early access for all future releases, sign up for our SMS list. So yeah, obviously just want to make sure you strengthen the brand to customer relationship here. If they follow you, if they're engaged with you on multiple channels like email, SMS, social media, there's obviously they see your brand more, they think about your brand more, and yeah, it'll just stay top of mind more for that customer. So that's what we're ensuring here. Then you want to wait 7 days until the next email. Then here you want to do kind of some cross-selling, upselling, whatever, like buy again with an incentive, kind of a gratitude, like thank you for being a customer, with obviously the aim of turning them into a repeat buyer. So that's what we're doing in this email. And then in 2 days after this email, we just want to do kind of an incentive reminder here. So diving into some email examples. Natural nutrition is headed your way. So kind of an excitement building email with some educational stuff included as well, like what makes air dried food so special. Obviously a pet related email. Your order's underway from Athletic Greens, meet your new healthy habits. So obviously, again, reinforcing the kind of decision they made. You made a good decision. You're about to meet your new healthy habit. Here's more of a fun awaits your orders underway email. So this is a kind of backyard game. So we just show some customer reviews in this email that gets them excited, kind of makes them happy about the purchase they've made before they even had the product in hand. Here's more of a cross-selling email without an incentive. So you can do that as well, like find your next favorites. Here's a want early access. So this is what I mentioned when I was talking about cross-selling or cross-promoting the SMS list. So yeah, get people to sign up for SMS. And in this email, it's just kind of a thank you for your purchase and saying thank you in kind of a hybrid between design and then some more text focused stuff. So that was that new customer flow. Then we have the repeat customer flow. So this is triggered when a customer places their second order. So the purpose of this repeat customer flow is basically just to capitalize on the fact that you now know like this customer is more of a loyal customer. They actually came back from their first purchase. They like your products and potentially could become a very like highly active customer here. So you want to make sure you kind of take advantage of that. We typically just have 2 emails in this flow. So profile filters, cancel order 0 times, refunded order 0 times. If they do any of these, obviously get them out of this flow because it won't be relevant for them. Email 1 in this flow, sent 30 minutes after trigger. Basically, you just want to thank them for shopping. Again, keep it super simple. You don't want to overdo it too much here. Don't say that they're the hero of your brand. You just want to keep it simple. Thank them, all of that stuff. What you can do if you have subscriptions, like product subscriptions for your products, then you can just highlight the option to subscribe and save here if you want. Email 2 here, what we like to do is kind of a loyalty program, like refer a friend. So obviously, you know these repeat customers, they actually like your product. So there's a chance they will become kind of like advocates for your products. So kind of incentivize that and say, if you refer a friend, they get a discount, you get a discount on your next purchase, or cashback, whatever, anything like that. So some email examples here. We appreciate you. So again, just a simple email focused on saying thank you. And I think, in this email, we also, what do we do here? So promote the kind of engaged Facebook group that this brand has. Here's more of a where would we be without you? Obviously, thank you for being a loyal customer and coming back. Here's a refer a friend email. So give 15, get 15, refer a friend, and we refer a friend. So super simple emails, but obviously does the job for a repeat customer flow. Next flow here is the replenishment reminder flow. So this is again when someone's order has been fulfilled. That's when it's triggered. So this flow, the purpose of this flow is just to remind them about remind them to order again, because it might be time for them to refill or restock on what they initially purchased, obviously before they run out. So obviously this mainly applies to consumable products or anything that needs to be replenished. So amount of emails, we typically do 2 here. You can do it. We've seen anything up to 4 or 5 emails work, depending on if you want to give a discount as well. So profile filters, placed order 0 times in starting this flow, cancelled order 0 times, refunded order 0 times, has not been a part or has not been in this flow in the last 30 days. And you also want to make sure that they're not an active product subscriber in this flow. So obviously they'll receive the product in whatever the product subscription frequency is there. So no need to actually remind them again about running low. So email 1 here, send this to, obviously very dependent on your brand's kind of usual consumption life cycle for your customers or whatever you call that. So typically it would be something like 28 days, 25 days, or even something like 45, 60 days. So in this case, 28 days is the example we'll use. So basically just are you running low email, remind them that they might need to buy again or buy soon before they completely run out. And then you want to wait 3 days and just basically keep it simple. Don't forget to stock up before you run out. So pretty simple. What we've seen work for this email 2 here is having it as a plain text email coming from a customer service character. So anything saying like, oh, we just noticed in our system you purchased this amount of time ago. Our customers typically run out within this time frame. It might be time for you to stock up again. So here are some email examples. So don't start sweating again from DuraDry. We're just checking in to make sure you don't run out of the product. Running low, obviously, you see the messaging here. It just works. Need a refill and running low on Nox. So basically that, very simple. VIP customer flow, so a flow that many brands are missing and they might not think is relevant, but very much can be. So this is triggered when the customer joins the VIP customer segment that obviously you'll need to create yourself. This kind of you just need to identify what a VIP customer is for your brand. Typically, it can be something like a customer who spent 3 times your average order value or average order amount. or it can be someone who's purchased at least 4 times, anything like that. So whatever you identify or qualify as a VIP customer. So whenever they join that segment, the purpose here of this flow is to basically just make any high spending or frequently purchasing customer aware that they're now like one of your most loyal customers, and we're going to basically treat them because of that. Like now you'll get some benefits, and whether that's in the form of VIP discounts or a say or a vote for future products coming or extra personalized assistant or anything like that. So amount of emails here, we typically do around 4 emails, obviously depending on whatever you want to do for VIP customers, whatever the benefit is. Profile filters has not been in this flow at any time and does not have an active product subscription, because obviously if they're getting your products on repeat, like every month or every second month, you don't want to kind of distract them with offers that might actually give them a reason to hop off your product subscription and perhaps forget about all of your products at some point once they run out. So the flow content structure here is email 1, you kind of want to do a VIP announcement. So 1 hour after trigger, basically just want to let them know, hey, you're now like considered a VIP within our brand. Thank you so much for whatever you've done. Like, thanks for the support, and basically just prepare them or get them ready for the exclusive benefits that they now qualify for. You can call them out if you want the exact benefits. Then you want to wait 7 days until the next email. Here you want to give them the first VIP exclusive offer. So let them know that this is a VIP exclusive. What you can do here is give them an offer focused on generating higher AOV orders. So obviously the key here is to not get them too used to, like, now that they're a VIP, you don't want them to think, oh, now I can just wait for VIP discounts and like just spend much less than I've spent in the past with this brand. So give them some offers that are focused on generating more or a higher AOV, whether that's getting a super high discount above a certain like order threshold or dollar threshold, anything like that. So then you want to wait 7 days until the next email. Do an exclusive offer reminder here email. So yeah, just remind them of the offer, maybe some personalized pics for them, obviously just dynamic content. Then you want to wait 14 days until next email. And what we like to do here is actually get their feedback, because obviously now they know quite a bit about your brand and your products. So you want to ask them about something that, yeah, you might think is relevant for you to use, or yeah, any data you can use from these people, whether that's future product ideas that they'd love to see, or feedback on the products they've already tried, which like not just a regular customer review, but like actual in-depth feedback. And obviously you can do this with a type form or just a regular email kind of reply system. So yeah, as I've already mentioned, these customers are some of your most loyal ones. So yeah, just make sure you gain some insight here from them, because obviously, yeah, there's no reason to not get that valuable insight from these people. So here's kind of an email from Recess. Share your thoughts on Recess, get 20% off. So that's kind of a mix of what I just mentioned with an exclusive offer and some feedback. Here's one with, here's just a VIP offer. So use the code SPERRYVIP30, take 30% off, probably a bigger discount than they usually do. Here's more of an inner circle members only. Buy any elixir and get the drop of the month free. Obviously using this code, it's just a VIP code. And here's more of a welcome. This is the VIP announcement email, the first one in the flow. Like it can be something like this. So here's what you're getting, like VIP discounts, early sale access, yada yada. And here's kind of an offer reminder, VIP offer reminder email. Use the code VIP20. So pretty straightforward. I'm sure you're getting the gist of it. So you want to make sure you also have a review request flow with your brand, whether that's managed inside your email software like Klaviyo or SendLane or whatever, or if it's through some other third-party app. So the trigger here is obviously when someone places their first order. So the purpose of this flow, as it very much mentions in the name, is obviously just to collect good customer reviews, and basically just for you to use in your ongoing marketing, and obviously just have as actual content on your website to just help influence customers or potential customers to actually make a purchase. So amount of emails in this flow is around 2 emails. You can do more if obviously you see fit. Profile filters has not been in this flow at any time, and canceled order 0 times and refunded order 0 times. Obviously, if they don't receive your product and they've refunded their order, canceled their order, their first order, then yeah, obviously you don't want to have them leave a negative review or anything like that. So email 1, leave a review. Obviously, just let them know we like your opinion, or like to hear more about your experience. Leave a review. You can also incentivize the review by offering an exclusive discount for actually doing the review. Obviously, just make sure that you have some sort of system or automated flow set up where obviously they receive a discount code after actually leaving the review. So then you want to wait 7 days. First email, by the way, goes out 12 days after trigger. Obviously, again, dependent on when customers on average receive their product after placing an order. But yeah, email 2 sent 7 days after the first email, just a review reminder again, like, hey, we'd love to hear about your experience. It would really help us a lot. And yeah, if there's anything you disliked about your order, we're here to help you and sort that out. So some examples. So how did you sleep? Obviously, I think these people or this brand is selling mattresses. You have the right stuff. Yeah, obviously a pet brand. Leave a review. What did you think of your recent purchase? Keen on green. Write a review. Do you love it? Leave a review. So super simple. Keep it super simple and just focus on actually getting that review from your customers. Next flow here is the customer winback flow. So this is triggered when someone places an order. And the purpose here is just to get a previous customer who haven't purchased in quite a while to purchase again. So amount of emails in this flow is about 3 emails. Obviously, again, can do more, can do less. Again, based on actual engagement metrics. If you're not getting more, if you're not getting the actual clicks, opens, or placed orders that you're going for, then obviously do some other testing in the flow. Do something else. Find out how you can improve the content, and that goes for every single flow in your entire setup. Profile filters here. You want to make sure that if they place an order, obviously they leave this flow. So flow content structure, first email. What you can do here, what we like to do here is 90 days after after they've placed an order, is you send them this first email, and basically it's a see what's new email. So obviously they haven't shopped with you for the last 90 days. And yeah, it's been 90 days since they placed an order. So you can show them what's new. Obviously, what you can do here is make this kind of dynamic based on new products or on new arrivals that you upload to your website, if you don't want to go in and change this content regularly. So yeah, just show them newer product releases and other things that they might find interesting enough to come back and purchase again. Then you want to wait 14 days until the next email and just incentivize them to come back and purchase again with some sort of offer. Because obviously they're very much likely to never come back and order again. So don't be scared to actually give a pretty good offer here to the customer. Wait 2 days until the next email. Just do some urgency incentive reminder on this initial offer here. So some email examples. Recommit to your wellness. Kind of remind them about why they purchased in the first place. Give them an offer here. $10 off plus free shipping. He's kind of a what's new, so new around here. Custom colors. Very much relevant. Like that might be exactly what the customer wanted to actually buy. And obviously they might have not known. So sending out this email is good. Get your hands on our newest products. Again, kind of a see what's new email. What happened? We miss you. Here's more of an offer, 15% off your next purchase. Here's more of a plain text one. It's been a minute. Take a look around, browse a little, and enjoy $20 off your next order using this code. So yeah, super simple emails and really just does the job. Definitely a flow you need. Sunset Unengaged is the next flow. So this is triggered when an email subscriber joins the Unengaged segment. So again, you'll have to create this segment and ensure that people actually join the segment once they haven't engaged with your emails or your brand for quite a while. And obviously the reason why is that you don't want to send to people that aren't engaged at all, because that hurts your sender reputation, your deliverability over time, and also you don't want to pay for those customers in your in whatever system you're using for emails. Obviously the way you pay for those softwares can be a bit different to each other. So yeah, just want to make sure you're not overspending on customers that or profiles that aren't of any value to your brand. No matter how rough that sounds, because obviously it's people we're dealing with here, but still. So the purpose of this flow is just to basically act as a final opportunity for these unengaged profiles to engage with your brand before you suppress them. So amount of emails here, you want to do just one email. That's what we like to do, because obviously they're very much unengaged at this point once they join this flow or this segment. So you don't want to overload them with like 3 emails, because if they haven't opened your emails for the last 10, 20 emails, then there's a very low chance they'll do at the 21st email or 22nd and 23rd email. So there's no need to really just damage your sender reputation even more by sending 3, 4 emails. So the only email we do here is kind of like, is this the end, or is this goodbye, anything like that. You can make this a bit clickbaity, or at least test it out. So just send this 15 minutes after they've joined the segment. And again, let them know in this email with a friendly tone. Obviously, you'll have to unsubscribe them from emails, as it seems like the interest isn't really there anymore. So here's what that could look like. No hard feelings. We notice you haven't opened an email from us in a long time. Yeah, then they basically have the option to customize their preferences here. Or is this the end? Keep me on the list. Is this goodbye? So yeah, you get the gist of it. You can also do a plain text email for deliverability's sake. And this is the last email you'll ever see. So you see the pattern here. It's very much clickbaity, like, oh, this is the end of the world. But yeah, it's actually just unsubscribing you from our emails if you don't engage again. So this, I think, is the very last flow in this this video. So the back in stock flow. So the trigger here is when someone subscribes to back in stock notifications for a certain product. So this is when you've been on a website, you go onto a product, it's not in stock, then you might see kind of an opt-in form saying sign up for back in stock notifications, or notify me when this product is back in stock. That's exactly what this flow is for. So the purpose here is obviously just to let the email subscriber know that the out of stock product that they initially signed up for is now back in stock for them to purchase. So amount of emails we typically do here is 2 emails. You don't really need any profile filters here if you've set this up correctly. So the flow content structure is just a simple, it's back, email, sent 15 minutes after trigger. So obviously dynamic block dependent on, based on what kind of product is now back in stock. So yeah, just want to make sure they know that the product they signed up for is back in stock and ready for them to purchase. Then you want to wait 2 days until the next email and send them something like, don't miss out again, because obviously this product went out of stock just recently. Buy again before it goes out of stock again. So that's basically that. And obviously, if you want, you can give some kind of incentive here, dependent on what your goals are with this flow. So some email examples: back for more. Here's the product. Guess who's back? Here's the product. Back in stock. Here's the product. Back in stock. Here's the product. Very, very simple. Obviously, the intent is very straightforward here. Like, you know exactly what the customer, like why the customer received this email. So there's no reason to make this super complicated or complex. Keep it focused on the actual product and the fact that it's back in stock. And that does it for the e-commerce email marketing flows guide. So I hope you got a ton of value from this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And it goes without saying, if you run an e-commerce brand and you want to get the best results with email marketing, feel free to book a call with me and we'll see if we can help. I'm also going to be dropping a lot more videos with guides, tutorials, and insights on how to actually do email marketing right for your e-commerce store. So yeah, just make sure you subscribe to my channel to not miss any of it, and I'll see you in the next video.